from a technical perspective, do you track this in an application, or do you have a notebook, or how do you track your metrics?
So that's a really good question. So there's two things we track. I'll tell you what we track first, and then I'll tell you how we track it. So what we track every 12 weeks is we'll have the goal, obviously, and we track progress towards the goals, or so we're tracking our numbers towards the goal. That's obvious. So if we want to generate, if we want 350 clients, in this product, we'll track how many clients we're getting per week towards that goal, right? If we then also track two things. We track our execution, right? And then we score execution, and we track what we call key metrics. So one of the key metrics will be the client acquisition number. One of the metrics is going to be probably the number of opening meetings we have, or the number of leads in our funnel. We're going to track a front end measure, right? The early days that happen early on in the process to let us know, are we making enough right now? Are the results good enough right now, this week 1, that we're going to hit that 12-week goal, right? So if in order to close 350, we might need to have at least 1,000 opt-ins in our funnel this week. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that we're tracking that lead indicator, we're tracking the opt-ins, and then we're tracking the end result. But and then we track that stuff, obviously. It's kind of obvious. We track lead and lags. But the other thing we track is we track our execution, which is the percentage of tactics we get done over the number of tactics that we're due. So if we have 10 tactics due and we score, we get 8 done, that's scoring 80%. And what we found is that in most sales funnel type things, if you score about 80%, you're typically going to be on track to hit your goal. If you're doing something like you're building software, you can't just leave out 20% of the software and be done. You've got to get 100%. But typically, though, what we're looking for is a score of about 80%.
Okay.
Week in and week out. And so we're tracking our execution, we're tracking our progress every week. We then use that information to decide, do we keep going or do we adjust? What do we have to change to get back on track? That's basically what we use it for.
Gotcha. So you're making sure the lead indicators are in sync with the lag, and if there's a discrepancy, change it up.
Yep.